Surah Yusuf, a powerful and very unique surah that was revealed to the Prophet ﷺ towards the end of the Meccan dawah phase when he was going through a very difficult and hard time dealing with the Quraysh. Allah revealed the surah in one entire revelation to give a consolation by telling the story of Prophet Yusuf ﷺ. Now, we know this surah is supposed to have an amazing, epic, dramatic story of Prophet Yusuf ﷺ. And thinking of epic and powerful stories, it probably starts off with a huge boom or a big bang, like any great story does. So, as approaching the surah and trying to find out what it means, let's jump right into it. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Alif Lām Rā. Alif Lām Rā. Those are the Muqatta'at, which are the miracle letters that begin some of the surah in the Qur'an, like Hamim or Alif Lam Mim or Qaf or whatever. For our purposes, as we're trying to jump into the story, these letters, I guess, don't really pertain to us because the scholars differed on what they meant, and it seems the strongest opinion is that only Allah knows what they mean. And in terms of what we're trying to do, approach the surah and see how the epic introduction is, I don't think this really applies. So let's just skip it because we don't know what these letters mean. Wait a minute. Why do we skip something in the Qur'an? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't reveal things randomly. Every single word, every single phrase, every single letter, they all have meanings. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put them there for a reason. But if we don't know what they mean, and we're trying to find out the meaning of Surah Yusuf and see how this epic introduction is, how do the Muqatta'at play a role for Surah Yusuf? Let's find out.
نحن نقص عليك أحسن القصص بما أوحينا إليك هذا القرآن وإن كنت من قبله لمن الغافلين.
Throughout the ages, human beings have contemplated the many mysteries of life. And while they've been able to figure out some things like science, math, cooking, and other fields, there's one thing that they've really struggled to come to terms with. And these are the inner mysteries and secret wisdoms of life. For example, why were we created? What's the purpose of our existence? And why do bad things happen? Why does evil befall human beings? So on and so forth. And for these things, while people have debated and come to different conclusions on various issues, the general understanding is that there's some things in life you just don't understand. This is where philosophy comes into play. Now, philosophy is defined as the study of general and fundamental principles concerning matters such as existence and knowledge and ethics and morals and a whole bunch of other things. And for centuries, intellectuals have tried to answer the question of why do things happen. In fact, many Islamic scholars have even tried to write treatises on philosophy in Islam and how they might come together. Now, for those of us who are, well, a little bit more on the layman side, you might get confused by all these different theories and philosophies, and you don't really want to use the science to answer the question of why do things happen. Two questions then come to mind. Why do things happen? And more importantly for us, what does this have to do with Alif Lām Rā and the beginning of Surah Yusuf? This is exactly where the Muqatta'at come into play. See, if we don't know the meaning of three simple letters, Alif, Lam, and Ra, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what they mean, then this shows us that we absolutely pale in comparison to the vast knowledge and supreme wisdom of the Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So as an introduction to a story that is filled with wisdoms and scenarios you don't understand initially, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kicks the story off by saying, Alif Lām Rā. In other words, you don't know, don't worry about it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. So stick to Him and you'll be okay. If in life you have tests and difficulties and hardships, remember that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had them too. And he read the story of a prophet who also had tests and difficulties. So just like the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam found comfort in the story, open up the Qur'an and read Alif Lām Rā. And remember, you don't know, Allah knows. So stick to Him and you'll be okay. We hope you've enjoyed this reflection from Surah Yusuf. Join us next time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
نحن نقص عليك أحسن القصص بما أوحينا إليك هذا القرآن.
For more reflections, join us for Beautiful Patience, Tafsir Surah Yusuf from Al-Maghrib Institute.